I know I don't do intros, but here we go.
This was the piece that stays here forever. It's been since the museum opened. It's called the Tower. There are 2,200 different pieces. Somebody called them flamingos. That are placed out. They're inserted into a large wall metal hole. Kind of like an old-fashioned Christmas tree, you know, just pushing pieces in. The coach decided because John Kirkpatrick, who donated the money for this particular piece in honor of his wife, decided that they have to on this colors representing Oklahoma. But anyway, so we see a lot of different colors. Just because Delta really, as we go go through, you'll see a lot of reflecting areas down here, but he loved to exhibit his work in water. He would throw them out into, I don't know if you've seen any videos on his work or not, but you can go on YouTube and look at a lot of stuff. But anyway, he would throw a lot of his pieces in the water and they would float around, or he exhibited them near an area which things could be easily reflected from. He loved the play of light upon the glass, which seems normal, and the reflections were just almost as important as about the piece. Now these are Dale Chihuly's Machias. Machias. Do you know what the word machia means? Speckled. So do we see anything on these pieces here that would indicate speckles? Nacho balls, or what do you eat? They're called Tostitos. Everybody says Tostitos. Okay, Dale Chihuly, right now, he's about 85 years old. He works together in teams, and because he has to work with gaffers, they call them, stronger individuals, men and women, who can pull the pieces out of the big ovens, swirl them around, put them in molds, let them drip down, or blow them out, whatever, the way in which they take on their shapes. That's not the reason he works in teams, but he's training people. He's working with those underneath him are his apprentices, but you have to have a variety of people working with you. The machias over there, when they blew those out, they rolled them in crushed glass, sometimes of different colors, and then they put it back in the oven and bring it out again, and that's how they meld those colors together a lot. And that took a lot of heavy lifting, and they had ovens. Now, he would communicate with his teams. He has a team in Seattle, and that's where his boathouse is. That's where he works out of. But he has other places around the United States, and he's taught in Norway and Finland and Mexico and various places like this. But he communicates on fire retardant paper in his big boathouse and where he works. And he squirts out. And if we looked at this, there are categories of color. What category would this be? That warm colors. And cool colors would be what? Blues and purples. Right. These are called his tiger lilies right here. These would drip down. These would hold it, and then the glass would drip down, cut, fold back over. That way. It's just amazing. See, what else do you see? You see the glass pieces, but what do you see below them? The reflection. Just look. The reflections are just about as good. He put 4 different pieces of fire retardant paper together, and he did this one, and you think, oh, golly. When he, 17 years ago, when he installed all this glass, and we have one of the largest collections, if not of his work in the world, and it's here permanently. It doesn't change in and out like other exhibits do. So if you brought your parents back or something, you could be sure you're going to see Dale Chihuly's work. Now, when he put this in, he went around and visited elementary schools, and he took his. Now, before we go down this Persian, it's called Persian ceiling. These are Persian pieces, they call them. He went to Italy and he learned how to make little sculptures out of glass. And you see this little piece up there. I mean, it's like a chair laying on its back, like a little. They call them putis. Putis are little angels, like little. When you see the Valentines, you see a little chair with an arrow. Okay, you'll see those. There are 6 of them. He hides these sometimes in his work and his arrangements. So there are 6 putis in this Persian ceiling. In his boathouse, he has a swimming pool with this on the bottom of his swimming pool. So I don't know how he protects the glass. I guess he must have plexiglass or something down at the bottom so you can still, like we do here. But he would fill it with water. He had a friend that had to have physical therapy, so he kind of did that for him. So anyway, did you see any more pooties?
I've seen two.
You see two?
There's one right there. There's one right there.
See any others? I see. There's one there. Yeah.
And then 6 is down here.
Find one?
Oh.
Spicy.
Okay. He's an international artist, and he exhibits his work in all different countries. And these are called Jerusalem cylinders. So he made a lot of these and put them around in the town of Jerusalem and lit them from inside. And made kind of he didn't exhibit them in water, but he exhibited them in different heights around the city. Okay, you see those little bubbles in the glass there? You know what? Do you have any idea what caused those or what? Well, okay, but it's caused by a chemical reaction from baking soda. You know when you do, have you done watercolor when you put the salts in it, and it causes it to have that chemical reaction?
Yeah.
That kind of the same thing here. Okay, now those all those tree trunks we've seen, you know, because we saw the reeds in this. There was an ice storm when glass chunks. Yeah. Okay. He held workshops in Norway and in Finland. So these boats are from Norway and Finland, and he decided that he was going to bring those boats back and exhibit these. Now, when you go out and you fish with somebody, what is on the line that indicates whether you've got a fish on it? Bob. Okay. And floats and with big nets, but little bobbles are the okay. These are the basic shapes you blow when you're working in glass. What is glass made out of?
Sand.
Sand. Oh God. Okay, so do we see any floats that have an analogous color scheme on them? What are analogous color scheme? Where is it located on the color wheel? Right next to each other. Okay, good. They're right next to each other on the color wheel. So do we have any colors that might indicate? The really famous had flowers in it and a blue vase. Anybody?
The sunflowers?
The sunflowers, right. Do we see any, these are called, it's a Japanese flower arrangement, he called it. They call them ikibanas. So these are ikibanas. And they emote a certain emotion. Do we see an angry emotion emoted from any of these?
Yes, I get that from like the red one.
The red ones? Okay, why red?
Because in a lot of like literature and stuff, red is expressed as angry.
Angry, okay. Do we see a form that gives us an angry feeling? Okay, which indicates what? What do we usually think? Well, yeah, but what is the type of plant that reaches out and grabs you? Venus flytrap. Yeah. Now, if you look closely, you can find a pooty or two in here
I
too.
see.
You see it?
Yeah.
I did too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right there, that little one right there. Yeah. Okay, we got lots more to see. Okay. Do we see any Venus flytraps here?
Yeah.
Do we see a sunflower here that Van Gogh painted? Right there. Okay. But Edward was really almost famous for having a son called Brett Western, and this is Brett Western's piece right here. These are white sands pieces. He was famous for not taking photos of a total composition, but just focusing in on the detail and cropping things. Father was an auto mechanic. And at age, can we have everybody in here real quick? Okay, well, I'll let you run far from here for a second. He was his father was an auto mechanic, so he did a lot of detailing work on automobiles. So at age 13, he got his first. What would you be doing detail work on a car with? What kind of tool?
A paintbrush.
Not a paintbrush. Airbrush, right. So he did all of his work. This is called photorealism. That he worked from photographs, and he used an airbrush. At age 13, he got his first airbrush, and now a lot of this you have to mask it off. There's like 13 layers of airbrush on this particular one. How is depth shown in this particular piece? The shading, okay, right. And what else? What else? What other? What they did mainly to showcase. Now this is a Renoir right here. It looks almost like a pastel when you look at it from a distance, but it is actually an oil painting. And Impressionists did small little tiny strokes, and of course some of them did other broader strokes, but mainly small little tiny strokes. This is Kitty Pack right here, and she was a young lady, and back then, of course, they didn't have photographs, and they didn't have Facebook, and they wanted to showcase what the family was all about, especially when they wanted to marry the young lady off to somebody in Parliament. And this is why this was done. It was to advertise something about Kitty Pack. So a lot of times you'll see portraits and you'll see something with them that showcases what they. We're going to go downstairs now and see sculptures with it. And we'll see a lot of those. This big around this here, we see how these things moving. Dead, and they're still alive. And that was called the dead argument. And it was the lowest of the genres when they were painting. Of course, human historical paintings and portraits were at the top, and still lifes were at the very bottom. Right. This is watercolor right here. Yeah. A lot of these were photorealism. They were done from photographs. She took her own photographs right here. Did you have to read it?
No, not yet.
Okay. Not yet. Okay. It's about a big whale and a bunch of whalers and a ship that went out to chase this big whale. This is called Spirit Spout. This is Frank Stella's Spirit Spout. And he did 135 different pieces that were represented things that happened in the book. And he did one of these large pieces in every chapter. This is chapter 51. And it's called Spirit Spout because the whale.
Thunder game. He looks cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So today was a big success. But it was fun. We did a lot of stuff. I didn't record us eating at the brewery, but it was fun.
Hope you enjoyed Vlog Squad.